Knicks fans, it's KNYT here, and the Knicks just won 5 straight games. They're 30-18, they just blew out Portland on Friday night, and Madison Square Garden is starting to feel like that place again. But here's the part that nobody wants to talk about. The Knicks figured something out, and Jordan Clarkson is no longer part of it. Not injured, not resting, not matchup based, just out. And at the same time, a second-year player is quietly earning real trust. So today I want to talk about this. Why Clarkson's situation feels past the point of return, why Tyler Kolek's emergence actually explains the win streak, and what this tells us about how the Knicks are approaching the deadline realistically. Because this isn't drama for drama's sake. This is a team choosing identity over name recognition. Let's get into it. So before we even get into Clarkson, let's set the table straight. The Knicks have now won 5 in a row. 4 of those wins, they held teams under 100 points. Defense is back, ball pressure is back, rotations are tighter, and mistakes are way down. And Friday night versus Portland, 30-point blowout, the game was basically over by halftime, energy never dipped. And that matters because every rotation decision from here on out is being judged through the lens of winning, not feelings, not resume, and not contracts, but winning. And that's why this Clarkson situation hits differently now. Let's talk about it. Jordan Clarkson signed here thinking that he would be the bench microwave and will receive a ton of minutes. Obviously, a former 6th man of the year, a veteran scorer, and instant offense when the starters sit, and early on he had his moments, such as when he went on fire offensively and helped the Knicks win that game against the San Antonio Spurs in the NBA Cup Finals. But now DNP versus Portland, barely played versus Dallas, out of the rotation during a 5-game winning streak, and yes, even with Deuce McBride out, he still didn't play. That's the key part. When opportunities open up and guys get hurt and you still don't get minutes, that tells you everything you need to know. James Edwards put it pretty bluntly in his latest Knicks deadline guide, and he said, quote, "It feels more likely that Clarkson gets bought out than traded if he and New York do part ways." And that's not speculation, that's just reading reality. And honestly, it makes sense because Clarkson does not fit what the Knicks are prioritizing right now, which is point of attack defense, discipline, and low mistake basketball. Mike Brown is making it clear, if you cannot stay on the floor defensively, you're not playing, no matter who you are. And this kind of reminds me of Tibbs last season. And no, Mike Brown started off the season offensively focused and not even defensively, but now he's changed his approach. So this does not mean that Clarkson is washed, it just means that this version of the Knicks is not built for him, and at this point a buyout feels cleaner for everyone. Now let's flip it, because this is not just about Jordan Clarkson losing minutes, it's about someone else earning them, and that is one Tyler Kolek. Against Portland, he dropped 13 points, 5 for 7 shooting, 3 for 5 from 3, 4 assists, and plus 15 in 18 minutes. But numbers aside, it's how he played. Quick decisions, no panic, moving the ball and competing defensively. He doesn't hijack possessions, he doesn't force shots, he lets the game come to him, and that is huge for this team. When Brunson sits, the Knicks do not need a hero, they need structure. And Kolek gives them just that. Is he perfect? No, far from it. Is he a finished product? Definitely not, but right now he fits, and that's why he's playing. Now zoom out. This does not scream blockbuster, this screams small intentional tweaks. Clarkson is a buyout candidate or a salary filler in a small trade. And Kolek is cheap, under control, and earning trust. Yabusele still likely moved by the February 5th deadline. And from everything we've heard until this point, the Knicks' real interests remained Jose Alvarado, Yves, Missi, and maybe a backup big if the price is right. Nick Richards is another name to keep an eye on for Yabusele. But this screams no desperation, no panic, and no swinging for the fences. This front office believes in this group still, especially if they keep defending like this. And honestly, that's earned. So here we are, 5 straight wins, defense back, a chance to make it 6 straight at the Garden tonight against the Lakers, and Jordan Clarkson's time here seems increasingly likely that it's winding down. Tyler Kolek feels like he's just getting started, so that's the trade-off. Let me know in the comments, should the Knicks buy Clarkson out and let him land somewhere else where he wants to go? Or should they still keep him as an emergency depth piece for the playoffs? Because we all know how important an offensive microwave bench piece is for the Knicks, because last year it was campaign against the Detroit Pistons in the first round of the playoffs. He had that game 1 against the Pistons at the Garden where he was just making every single shot down the stretch, and it definitely helped the Knicks win that game. But if you guys enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more Knicks coverage you will not want to miss. It's been KNYT, and I'll see you guys in the next one.